And with that, I want to welcome everybody to another episode of Crashing Game Night. My name is Matt Diorio, your host. As always, we have a special treat for us tonight.
Is
The
it?
Beanie one and our maitre d' services are in the same room recording from Gerard's pad, which also means we don't have the couch for the first time in a long time.
Oh
No
yeah.
couch, yeah. That
Oh
hey,
man.
The
I
last
didn't even think about that.
unless
Yeah.
unless you want to switch it up, Jerry,
No
you
couch.
can get
no,
a new
the last
couch.
time, the
Now's the
last
time to get a
time,
new couch that you guys always diss
no,
it.
the
Like,
last time we didn't have a couch was LA Comic Con,
yeah.
because we
Oh
recorded that
wow.
week at
Yeah,
your
sans
house.
when I'm not here,
Yeah.
Like sans when I'm not like actively present.
Right.
But
Hmm
if I'm actively present, there's always a couch. You gotta sit down, you gotta
But
relax.
but yeah, we're also we're down the babyface one.
Yeah.
Theo
So
is under the weather, not feeling good, so
hope you feel better, bud.
Yeah.
I hope you're feeling better. Make sure you're giving some crap in the chat if you're watching along, because this is going to be a spirited one. But what the hell is this shit? Like, no fair warning. What were you guys doing? Just hanging out, being bosom buddies today?
Pretty much. Yeah, we just went and
Yeah.
got some lunch and then
John Wick 4.
John
I had to
watching
watch John Wick
yeah,
4.
watching the old John Wick 4, and then Jason was giving me some more tutelage in the Magic the Gathering. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
cool.
Over the table,
Actual like over the table,
you know.
getting the feel for it. So yeah.
Having to
Nice.
do everything manually, like
You
trigger,
mean you actually taught him how to read?
uh, and how to, just like you can't just click a
Although
button. You can't
although
click a
that really
button
is,
and then
yeah.
everything taps for you.
Although that really is true. Like you really got to read the cards. That's the other thing.
Yes, you
Like,
do. We
yeah,
told you that though. Read your opponent's cards.
yeah,
Read all
Like,
the cards.
all cards. Yeah,
read all
yeah.
cards. Yeah, you absolutely have to do
But
that.
it's been fun,
Um,
and yeah, just learning a lot. It's a lot, but I'm getting there.
nice.
Yeah, it's
How
fun.
you feeling about it now?
Good. I'm feeling more and more comfortable about it, especially
Hmm
like the layout and what to do and kind of the formula of like how to. The only thing is now I gotta yeah, continue reading the cards, but then understanding what that means, and then strategizing from there because
How the combos
yeah,
work,
how the
Yeah.
how
combos work,
lower
hmm
triggers work.
or triggering certain lands that can double
How the
land.
stack
So
works.
yeah, so yeah, I mean a lot to still to follow, but no, every time is I'm getting a bit more and more comfortable. So yeah,
Good.
yeah, not bad.
Yeah, and I'm letting him borrow. Like, I had a few commander decks out, just already made from when I made it way long ago. And so he's gonna borrow like one or two and
Hmm
then, get the hang of like just how does this work or like what
Mhm.
goes with what? Why is this in here?
Yeah.
When to do X, Y, and Z.
Yes.
Play some solitaire, some magic solitaire with himself, learning like, okay, like
hmm
turn one. Oh, I did this. Turn two. What can I do? You know?
But yeah,
Yeah. Well
but it's
then.
good. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
Feel like
Well,
I'm
I
getting.
mean, that's the best way to do it though, like, is even like when I teach people, magic or, we've got like when I used to do Final Fantasy TCG, right? We used to always teach like open hand too. So you can actually kind of see how and take your time, how things trigger and whatnot. So you'll get there.
Plus, I'm a visual learner, so this works out perfectly.
Yeah.
And yeah,
Okay.
it helps.
We'll have to throw down an arena then, see how your
How I'm going.
learnedness.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, with your freaking yeah.
Which
Enough
one?
with that smirk and that
So,
smile.
okay,
You're
so I was
dropping
talking to Theo about this really quick when we are talking about decks and stuff. So, we've talked about, you've seen my red blue, my oppression Super Friends
yeah.
deck, right? So, it really is a Super Friends deck because we found out when we were talking about Fan Expo Denver, because
Uh,
Brandon Routh is going to be there. He actually plays the voice of Raul Zarek in MTG Arena. So, my deck is literally
no,
the Super
dude.
Friends
That's
because
dope.
I've got
Yeah,
Superman in it
that's
now.
so cool.
And now, like when I go back and I've played it and stuff, I hear his voice. I'm like, oh, yep, there it is. There's Brandon's voice.
That's awesome, man.
So yeah, but let's get to it. So we kind of talked about it last week about the whole physical versus digital, and Jason so aptly said we could go hours about this.
Oh, bro.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Well, guess what? We're going to touch on that tonight
Oh, without my
because
homeboy, without my
without
homeboy, you know?
without my backup, that does a lot more digital, but that's okay because this is going to be a little bit more spirited, but I think there's going to be pros and cons to both. But um, the first thing I want to talk about tonight, though, because we haven't really completely talked about this, is um is Gearbox, and specifically what they're doing with Borderlands 4.
Oh yeah. I think
Um,
I think we discussed this off like a
we've
few
discussed
like
this
prior,
a
but
little
we
bit
didn't
off.
discuss this. Yeah, yeah. It's
Yeah.
Look at this. I'm not, I'm
yeah.
not, I'm not super tiny.
Yeah, you're not.
Finally.
You're just playing the hetero life mate sidekick role.
Like, yo, bro, like,
Anyways, Jerry got the reference. Anyways, um, so Borderlands 4, the Echo 4 bundle. Okay. So you're getting,
At its face value, well, just take
hold
a
on.
second. At its face value, looks cool.
Okay, but
But
let's go
yeah,
through
yeah,
it,
yeah.
right?
Make a point.
You're
Yeah,
getting
I got you.
the shift code key or code card with 5 golden keys, which honestly, you're going to be able to just go on and follow their golden key, Twitter account. You're just going to get keys anyways. You're getting a vault symbol necklace. You're getting a cloth map of Kairos, the Echo 4 figure, the
Cool
statue
statue.
with
Not gonna
LED
lie.
lights. It's an 8-inch tall statue. That's a pretty decent sized
that's
tall
solid.
statue.
Cool. That's
That's
solid.
solid.
You're getting a set of 4 double-sided lithograph art prints.
I'm guessing of all of the new characters. That's
Yeah,
that's
all
cool.
the different characters. Here's the big thing. They are not including the game at all. This
That's
is, I hate
pretty
to
weird.
say this, this is like EA level bullshit because they did this with Mass Effect too. One of the
I
collector's
mean,
editions didn't have the
at
game.
least the other companies called them like collector bundles or like um what was it?
Now,
Entertainment bundles or something like that. This should not be called a collector's edition. It does not
now,
come with the game, or at least the
correct.
code for the game.
Nothing. It's just collectibles. That's it. And what's even worse is like originally this game looked like it was going to be $80, and Randy Pitchford was going, well, to the criticism that they're jumping it to 80, it's like, well, if you're a true fan, you'll figure out a way to buy it.
So not only that,
They've
Gearbox is doubling down. Like,
now,
oh no, the fandom, they'll be fine with this. They're gonna want to.
uh-huh, because they granted they're releasing the game at 70 after all the backlash. Like it was bad. I don't even, just anyways. And Randy is still running his mouth. Like Randy has always done. He's always been himself, good or bad, take it or leave it. But he's still kind of doubling down and was like, well, see, we did something for you. Now do something for us. But when we look at all these collectibles and everything like that, um, you can get this bundle at GameStop exclusively for the low, low price of $150.
You're pretty much just paying 150 for the statue.
So
Yeah,
Let's be
that's.
real.
I mean,
Let's be
yeah.
real.
The others are
now
like perks. You're paying for the statue.
Yeah.
you're paying
Pretty
for the
much.
statue,
Yeah,
but
agreed.
let's add on the price of the game now to it. Now you're looking at a $220 bundle.
And now,
Whoa.
but also the other thing is including the game. If it added that much, then the actual components of the collectors like it wouldn't compute. Like that wouldn't be equal to the game.
Yeah. So I mean, it'd still be like a $200 bundle, which we've seen
Yeah.
those before. But
Yeah.
So,
the
but if it
fact of
was
the matter,
150 and included the game, okay, that's a great collector's
Oh,
edition.
that's a steal. That's a
Y-
yeah,
steal.
Well, nowadays, usually that's what it would be, and like usually it would be
200.
a hundred. I mean,
200 is usually what a lot of collector editions.
Wasn't Horizon though, like let's look at Ghost of Tsushima was what 150,
Yeah,
170? Horizon with the for Forbidden West, that collector edition ran what 170 to 200. It was 200 if you got the
180 or
the
190.
big one, right?
180 or like I think it was close to 200.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So why didn't they just say, screw it, let's just do a $200 bundle and include the game? Like,
Don't get it.
Because
Yeah.
because sometimes people don't want the game. Not gonna lie. Not gonna lie. They
well,
just like the bundle stuff. Like there are certain games I wish I would get the bundle for, but I know for damn sure I'm not gonna play the game. I
the
don't care about
only the only benefit I see to this is that you've got that crowd that is physical versus digital, which we're going to talk about, right? So you still allow
I
them to
mean,
get all the
technically they're
collector
not
stuff
called.
and you could go digital if you wanted to, but they could have done it discounted, you
I mean,
know?
it.
GameStop is labeling, I feel like labeling it correctly. The Echo 4 bundle GameStop exclusive, they're not calling it a
Hmm.
collector's edition.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the $150 price tag now makes sense
Hmm.
if you're just there to get the collectibles, because they've done that with like Red Dead 2. You can get the brochure, deck of cards, and some gold, and like the same thing. It was almost, I
Yeah.
think it was like 120 or 130 bucks, and it came in a lockbox.
I
But
so here's my thing
I
though.
just don't agree. Don't call it a collector's edition.
Yeah. Don't call it a
Yeah,
collector's edition.
I think, but here's my bigger problem with this though is this already hurts Gearbox because with them coming out saying it's going to be $80 for the game before they kind of pulled back and made it 70, right? Like you could have probably saved face and done a bundle, like and
No,
actually put the game in this and even make it 180,
you're
200
also
bucks.
you're also committing because
I just
like a lot of the people that play Borderlands, like a high majority, I should say, are usually PC players, and PC players are going to get up most of the time on Steam. Highly, they don't really make a lot of PC games for physical
hmm
anymore.
I think this is the other side of the argument. Yeah.
Like it's been generally, I mean, there still is some Borderlands like out there that's on console, but generally that game is PC. It's just how it's always been. And if you're gonna get it on PC, it's going to be on the Steam store. It's going to be on like Epic's Game Store or on Gearbox's website, which
hmm
you can purchase digitally. It's going to be a digital download regardless. So, I mean, having these physical entities, having that game added in is just an extra headache, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, I just think
So
it's just
it's a coin flip again. I don't see it
Yeah.
as bad because if you like the statue, if you like the statue, then you're gonna get the statue. Because I mean, let's be real, that 150 is going straight to the statue. Like a lot of statues of that size, 8 inches, is going to be roughly 150, regardless of what
give
it
or
is.
take. Yeah.
Yeah, regardless of what it is, it could be a bust, it could be a game model, it could be whatever it may be.
Hmm.
And if it's a high quality one, yeah, it'll be 150. If it's lower quality, maybe $100 or $80.
Yeah.
So you're not too far off, you know.
Or who even knows? Maybe this is maybe this is their gamble to adhere to their main players, like Jason said, their
Let
PC.
me let me present you with this argument before we get into the major debate is should all collector's editions come like this?
So this is why I was saying this is a gamble, but this is also I think where I think things are headed, unfortunately.
If it's a PC game, yes, all bundles should be handled this way. But if it is a console, then it should not, because
I also agree, but I don't think
Well,
I don't
what's
think it's gonna
but
go that way. I think it's gonna be like this from
here's the argument to that though is as a if I'm a physical owning person and you do something like Sony's been doing where it's the bundle and a digital download code, that makes me have to spend more money, right, to get the game
Or do the
in the
hassle of
physical
like
format that I
trading for
want,
a physical. Yeah.
or vice versa, where if it comes with a physical and then say I'm a digital only player, I'm spending an extra $70 to get the game on the format that I want. So should that's why I say should all collector's editions be like this? And to Jason's point, right? Some people just want the
Yeah,
collector's crap,
on the
Yeah.
collector stuff.
Which is why
you
I
know?
think I think this might be this is what we're going to see as like the norm.
No, I think it's going to be if it's on PC primarily, yeah, you're going to see more of these things. But if you don't, if it's going to be on console, then it's
Mhm.
going to have one of the two, either the digital download or the physical. Um,
Don't disagree with me. Get out of my room.
no, I'm just saying, look,
I'm just kidding.
it's because I mean, what's like you have to sell the game with for the system. You have to sell the
Yeah.
game for whatever platform you're going to be on. And again, a lot of PC players, they usually just get it via the Steam store. You can't really buy a lot of collector's editions with physical stuff on the Steam store. You, I don't think you can. You can get like the bonus
Actually,
add-ons.
that's actually true because
You
there's
can get
usually
the
not a PC option. It's either like the console options.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
for the PC, you can get the bonus add-ons, the DLC stuff, the extra maps, levels, extra skins, etc., etc. Those are easily coded in, but
Uh,
to have a physical thing,
so much for being the PC master race, then, huh?
well, I mean, like it still is because you're still
Well, I
buying the
Well,
game,
yeah.
mean,
still gonna get the
you
game. It's just up to
you
you.
Hey,
can't like not face
And
reality. I mean, PC are superior to
no,
consoles.
no,
I just prefer consoles.
I'm just saying that, like, with this, if you want the collector's bundle, you're not forced to get the game in order to get the whole thing. You can get the game, you can enjoy it without the bundle. You can get
Yeah.
the bundle without enjoying the game. That's up to you. You can wait for the Steam store.
or,
You can wait
you
for
know,
Black Friday. I wait for every goddamn Black Friday. You guys know this. I don't buy games throughout the year. I just buy them one day of the year.
That's right.
And I buy like eight games
Yep.
and that's
oh,
it.
That's your
and then they
backlog.
and
That's
then
my
they sit
backlog.
on a shelf wrapped and not go anywhere.
Hey, I have three
Um,
games wrapped up. It's okay. Ain't no shame in my game.
I, you know what though, like part of me is though, as much as I look at this though, like part of this is Gearbox. This is just kind of a bad look for them, right?
It's a
Because
bit
of
low
everything with the pricing, the
for
fiasco
Gearbox
with
and
that too.
2K. 2K, yeah, no,
But
whatever. But
I am going to be on the side of I think all collector's editions should do this and then allow you to get like the game or something discount or whatever. But like do all the collector's edition stuff as its own bundle and then you can pick up the game in the format of your choice.
Yeah.
Because then you're not like I talked about, it's like you look at Horizon, right? They did the collector's edition and
That's
it was
not a
a
bad
down
idea.
and
I
it was a
like that
download
actually.
code, right? You look at some of their other PlayStation games are, well, it comes with the disc. And then the people that are digital only have to go
Right.
spend $70 to get the game. And they're
I
already
mean,
over.
so if they give you the option at the store, like digital,
Correct.
physical, or console, what's your preference?
And then you're not having to,
That'd be cool.
and then you don't have multiple SKUs, right? You have the SKU for the bundle, you have the SKU for your physical and SKU for your digital. That's it. You have three SKUs versus having to do a bundle of physical, bundle of digital,
And then
whatever,
separated by each console. Like those are
Correct.
all, yeah, that's not a bad idea, dude.
So I think I agree to your point though. I think Jerry, this is the way it's probably going to end up going
I think that's where
because
I feel that's where that's headed. Yeah,
I've seen a lot of content creators talking about that, gaming is heading towards a subscription model. Let's just be honest, right? And the reason it's been suggested is because Outer Worlds 2, which is coming out October 29th, um, is gonna be digital only on the Xbox. It is not going to have a physical version for Xbox owners.
So it's only going to be on
because they're saying there's such an install base with Game Pass that everybody's just going to be playing it on Game Pass.
right.
So that's why they're only going to do it as a digital only. But PlayStation's getting physical.
No, it's look at Xbox. Xbox getting a physical, is it?
It is not getting a physical.
What's that premium
This
edition in the middle? Yeah, what's
Is
that?
this
that
is a digital game code.
like a digital deluxe
It is
or
basically you are getting the case and a digital code is in the box.
Wow. Wow. It's kind of jacked up.
yeah. I wouldn't have done that.
For $20 more too.
I
But
I
oh, it's a
understand
premium
I
edition.
understand them going. I mean, obviously, like we've been saying it, they're all in on Game Pass. I get that. Don't go physical. Everything's going through Game Pass. I get it. And I think that's cool that they're going the physical for PS5, giving them the option. Obviously, they may not be able to
But
download. That's cool, but this is feels kind of like a slap in the face.
here's my problem I have with this. I get it. Microsoft is going with their data, right? And data doesn't lie. So, they're looking at the numbers, but going with a digital game code for Xbox, so I'm not like,
So
forget
you're essentially paying the $100. I mean, pretty much for an empty box
you're getting the premium content, which is the
and the
game,
content, but
5 days
which are
early
also
access,
codes
DLC, corporate appreciation premium
that
pack, and
only
access to the
you're still
digital
getting
art book
an
and
empty
the
box.
original soundtrack. You're getting an empty box, right? But here's my thing with this is
Like,
for
ooh,
me, if I
ooh,
were an
I hear the
Xbox fan,
codes. I hear the
right?
codes.
Here's my problem with this that I have is that what if I don't have internet and I'm an Xbox owner? I have a Series X, which we know is the mini fridge that has a disk drive. So I buy all my games on a disc. Now you've just alienated me. I can't play Outer Worlds 2. Granted, to them that's the minority, but still you are now alienating part of your player base by going digital only.
Hmm. Well, we've been saying it. They're going,
And
yeah.
what makes matters worse, to your point that it's a slap in the face, is that PlayStation is getting physical copies for the same price, disc and code in the box. So you're getting everything you need.
Hmm. I could have disc
So,
I
like
think it's the code for the digital content.
yes.
Yeah.
because
So,
like that just doesn't make sense to me. Like disc and code, that means that you get two.
No,
no, I think it's the
I think they
code
meant
for
the
it's a
digital
code for
content.
everything, like the DLC, the
Okay.
corporate, whatever, right? They're just being upfront that it's included. It's a code,
Yeah.
right? I can't see them doing two copies, a
No,
Like
physical and no,
they
that's
wouldn't give
stupid.
you
You're shooting yourself in the foot.
no.
yeah.
Um, but at that point, right, is I think that's a real slap in the face that you're going physical for a platform that now granted Xbox has basically said there is no console war, right? Let's preface that, right? But to the average gamer, there's still a console war
Yeah.
between PS5 and Xbox. And now you're basically going to your competitor and saying, "We're giving you the physical. Our players, well, guess what? You're stuck on digital only."
Well, I mean, like what
I still kind of I understand it. I mean, because like they're all in on Game Pass, so
yeah.
Hmm.
like that's why I understand it, and they're giving the other console players the option to play it, but people want like I understand them giving them physical. Um, I just don't understand the premium edition with the box with the codes. Like that just seems like just let them buy the codes or something, you know? Um, but yeah, I don't really see a problem with that overall.
I mean, I know Xbox, yeah. They are all in on Game Pass. I mean,
Hmm.
is it gonna be free on Game Pass or is you have to
Oh
buy
no,
it?
it's free with Game Pass if you have
Yeah.
Game Pass.
Yeah, so if you have Game Pass, so I mean, pretty much what they're doing now is they are having everybody be on Game Pass. If you're not on Game Pass, why are you owning an
Yeah.
Xbox? That's the pretty
I think
much base
they're
of it.
just keeping to their word at one sticking with Game Pass and also, giving the titles that they announced that were going to be on PlayStation are. So they're just sticking to their word
I
and
This is what this. Come on, you guys know this is what's going to happen. Xbox has on Game Pass. It's digital. It's fine. All peachy keen. You're gonna get physical on PlayStation 5, which is fine. Peachy keen. You can get some digitals as well. Cool.
you know,
Then it's gonna go on sale on both ends, and then this is what's gonna be the kicker: is that once it goes on sale, then it's gonna be on PlayStation Plus in about 11 months for free. So it is, you just have to wait it out. It's up to you if you want that physical. How much do you love that game? How much are you like interested and invested into it? Because yes, like there are games that I do buy, like for full price, because I'm interested, I'm invested in those games.
mhm.
But Ubisoft doesn't have any games that I'm like fully invested or I can wait till later to buy and pick those up later for a cheaper
Mhm.
price on Black Friday, as per
You
usual.
don't even have to wait for Black Friday for Ubisoft games.
Oh, sometimes you do.
Just wait like 2 months and they're already on sale.
Sometimes you do.
on the occasion, yeah.
But
Yeah.
then if there's a
That's
game
how I
that's
got Outlaws.
yeah,
2 months later, it was for $40.
yeah, and in about 4 months from now, it's going to be for free on PlayStation Plus. I'm just saying, like it's how like we've developed that as the game's popularity increase, that's when you're gonna start getting those like, okay, when does it go on the free side? At this point, Microsoft has pretty much everything on the free side. You just have to subscribe to it. And I don't know how
Hmm.
much it was, it 20, 25, 25 a month? 20, 20,
Uh, Let me pull it up. I think it's 20 at the moment.
20 a month. Let's
Let
just
me.
let's just say 20. 20 a month. So that's 12 months. That's 240 a year. That's the average price of three games. So you're getting more games on their subscription service, whether or not you like them or not, versus getting those three games that you do love and anticipating it, wanting it, enjoying it, maybe catching it on sale, you know?
So here you go. So let's look at Game Pass. Game Pass on PC is $12 a month. Ultimate is
Let's,
$20 a month.
let's go with Ultimate.
This has
That's
cloud. It has so you can play games on
online
your
multiplayer.
PC,
Online
online
multiplayer.
multiplayer.
That's it.
That's the big difference between there. If you're looking at console, core is $10,
No.
includes,
Well, online.
25 catalog deals. Standard is 15.
Day one game.
Um,
That's all you need to look at. We're looking
day
Yeah,
at
one
day
games.
day one
Yeah.
games ultimate.
20
So
bucks.
$20.
20 bucks a month.
$20 a month. So
Yep.
again, you are paying for the rough cost of three full games. Granted, yes, you do have to have internet in order to do all of it. But at this point in time, like, I'm not gonna lie, like it's kind of a little bit hard not to. But
I mean, doing $20 a month to do play whatever they have in their catalog is by far better than
yeah,
just doing,
it's a hands down 100% better.
yeah.
I think this is going to be the stepping point, the stepping point of when they actually go full throttle on this. They needed to do this a while ago, but some of the games that they've had previously that were Xbox
Hmm.
exclusive were not so great. And that's okay, you know. But now that there's a potential game that's going to be the hit maker, having it just on Game Pass, yeah, you're cutting back on tons of costs on physical, which is,
Mhm.
a big plus. like we've said, a lot of stuff is gonna at some point go digital, but they're going 100% full throttle that, hey, you have Game Pass already, you're putting $20 a month, we got you for 240 a year, regardless of what you do, per let's say every 100 people, maybe 75 of them try it out,
Hmm.
25 of them stay on it, 10 of them keep playing after they finish the game. You know, they still got all those 100 people. They still got everybody. So I mean, like regardless if you played or not, they still got you.
Also, if you think about it, since our predictions are, digital is going to be, the end all, we're eventually going to go full digital at some point. What are the collector's editions going to look like then? I think once again, this is just a stepping stone of, what's to come into the future, where, collector's editions are just going to be, the lithographs, the statue, and like some extra perks and stuff like that now. So, maybe we're seeing this, the start of what is to come.
So let's bridge out into that. So we've talked about it before, the great physical versus digital debate. Okay.
I don't really think it's going to be much of a debate,
I
though.
do you think now, like as we move forward with this, and this is really kind of what I want to talk about because we have Nintendo moving forward with the game cards. Okay.
Yeah,
Which we all know, like I've talked about on the podcast before, is that license has always been there. We just none of us have ever read the fine print. It's always been there, right?
right.
Take that aside now. But we have Nintendo going the digital key cards, which is a digital game downloaded. You got to have that key card in order to play the game. You have Xbox now going with starting to dip their toe in the water of going digital only for their platform games that are going to be on Game Pass. Do you foresee physicals, like how soon do you see for physicals kind of going away at that point,
I
right
I
now that we're
think
starting to see that?
I think it's going to peter out, or really it's not going to go away. I think the opportunities are going to be fewer and far between, and I think the options are going to be fewer if we want to go the physical route,
Hmm.
because digital is going to be the future, and most things are going to be digital. But I still think here and there we're going to get the physical option, or maybe, yeah, just the option to go physical if we want. But I don't know. I just don't like the idea of it fully being dead, but that could be a possibility, man. Like that's also a possibility.
So yeah, hell is about to freeze over what I'm about to say because you guys know exactly where I sit, normally speaking. Okay, my PS5 collection is all digital. All the games I personally play for my Switch are digital. But after having the Switch online family sharing, and being able to share games and stuff like that, there has to be a place for physical. There has to be because you know what? As kind of convenient as it is to be able to share a game. Yes,
Let
yes,
me-
Jason, just let me finish. Yes,
I'm
like I
letting you
said,
finish. I'm
hell's
letting you
freezing
finish.
over.
I'm just
Right
like,
now you're hearing the cracks of the glacier, you know,
we're embracing the cracks.
they you
We
see the
want
glacier
to hear
starting to
more.
flow over the river Styx right now. Um, but here's the thing is like, yeah, it's kind of nice, 14 days, lend it out to, the kids and stuff like that. But it sucks when that time runs out when they're smack dab in the middle of a game. And which we've experienced that now. One of my kids has been playing Pokemon Sword.
Oh, for the virtual cards?
The virtual card. So you loan
Oh,
it out
okay.
for 14 days. It is a literal timestamp. When it hits that timestamp, boom, it's gone. Doesn't matter.
So you have to send it again?
I have to turn around and send that game back to him again, and he has to be physically with that Switch with me in front of it. So
Oh,
both Switches have to be there talking to each
inbox
other,
meeting.
like right next to each other, to talk to each other to send it across.
Okay.
So for me, when you have family, having that physical cartridge is well worth it compared to the sharing. The sharing's great, don't get me wrong, as one-offs and stuff like that. But if they're constantly wanting to share or switch out games, which my kids do, like it becomes a pain. Whereas if it's a physical cartridge, yes, Jason, I'm uttering the words physical out of my mouth and agreeing on some things, is that they can just walk in, grab the case, open it up, grab the cartridge, and put it in. So I think from a family environment where there's multiple Switches or PlayStations, whatever it is, it's better to have physical. Now, for if it's just me, digital
You'd
works just fine for me, right? Me, myself, and I. But once you start adding in other people in a household, I think physical has to be there. It has to be an option. And the fact that Xbox is now dipping their toe into it, I don't know how sharing works for Game Pass. Like, can you have it loaded on separate systems? Is it like PlayStation where you can have the one console that is going to have people on it sharing it? Like, that's dubbed your primary and you don't have to always be logged into it versus, and then the system you're going to be using has to always be connected to the internet and always logged in. I don't know how that part works. But it's still for me like they want to be able to play the game on different systems. I think they need to have physical, and I think going the route of all digital because your your player base has is usually on Game Pass. I think it's going to move everything to being a Netflix type thing for them. And when you look at a player base that may not have internet access, and their only reliance to be able to enjoy the Xbox ecosystem is physical, you're going to start alienating your fans. Especially now it's saying, PlayStation's like, hey, by the way, over here we're getting physical.
right.
And PlayStation has not upped their prices on their consoles yet. Xbox did. Xbox jumped speaker box and mini fridge $100 a piece.
Mhm.
So now a digital Xbox Series S is the same price as an all digital PS5. So yeah, Jason, let's hear it. You heard me utter the words, the physical is necessary.
Oh, let me just bask in that glory real quick. No, okay. This is my take on it. This is my reason why that physical is not gonna go away. Like it'll be close. It'll get close to it, but it won't. Like it's only gonna be physical for major titles now. This is the thing. This is the reason why. Indie games, no point. No point in having any reason whatsoever having a physical. Like if you have a big game that goes big, and it even gets a physical, that's questionable. So indie games out, mobile games out, no point. But major titles are the only ones that will still have physical. Secondary titles is a coin flip only if it's a well-established franchise. Like look,
Or it depends on, I would say it would depend on the like the hype and the atmosphere and the
no, not even.
success. No, really? No.
Not even that.
Oh, okay.
If they have a big backing, if Big Daddy Corporation wants to back that, then that's the only way it's going getting physical. The reason why is because yeah, like Mario, uh, Metroid, they'll be going back. They'll be nobody wants to share those. And this is the thing, the big thing is sharing. Xbox right now is going straight into that Game Pass. I'm going everything online. Yes, we don't know how that sharing works, but if I have Game Pass, if Jerry has Game Pass, if Matt has Game Pass, all three of us already have this game, regardless of what's happening,
Mhm.
you know? So that Xbox, like I said, going full throttle with the digital makes sense. It's fine because everybody has to have pretty much Game Pass. If you don't have Game Pass on Xbox, I'm sorry, you are missing out on a lot. You kind of are handcuffed in that way. But for PlayStation users, yes, you can get PlayStation Plus. Or if you want to play a lot of single player games, which Sony has been amazing at story-wise, single player games. You don't need to have the PlayStation
Hmm.
Plus. You can go offline if you want to per se, and that's why you need to keep that physical because major titles, like let's say Ghost of Tsushima, you guys let me borrow, actually have a copy of Ghost of Tsushima.
Yep.
Would I have been able to pick it up? Would I have been able to play it had you not given it to me? Probably not, because it's not in my usual wheelhouse of games that I like to play. It's becoming because like the story is just so great, is good, like
And that opened up your palette of games that you
it
might want
opens
to
up the
try.
palette.
Yeah.
But again, it goes back to the good old days of PlayStation where you're like, how do we share a
Oh,
game?
oh, you don't have it? I got it. You can borrow it.
Boom,
Here.
you can borrow it.
Yeah.
And that's why there's major
The
titles are going to have that.
greatest skit at E3 ever.
I really I
It
agree. That
still
really
holds
was
up.
so great.
It
It
still
really
holds up.
that's why it's
Adam Boyce and Shuhei, you know.
yeah. Like,
It still
oh,
holds
here
up.
you go.
We like
Like,
to
it's
share
so great
games,
and so simple to the point. Yeah, and it's still
but
agreed.
digital is going to start taking over all the non-major titles. AAA games, it's going to be a coin flip if Big Daddy Corporation wants to put it on a platform. Like let's say for example, Red Dead 2. Red Dead 2 is not going to be a physical. It's probably going to be a digital. Um, like when they do a remake or whatever remake they want to do again, as long as it's not Until Dawn, like we're okay. Um, I mean, they might make a movie. Might make a movie
What
adaptation of the
about
Until Dawn. I
Already
don't know.
done.
Yeah,
what
I
about
already did
Last
it.
of Us Part 2
yeah,
remake remaster?
yeah. See, that's going to be digital. Like the reason why is because if you don't already have the freaking Last of Us 2 from 10 years ago, you're still not going to get it as a physical. Like, let's be real. You're not going to get it as physical. What are you trying to do? You trying to just get a part of history? Like, no.
Yeah.
Like
So
you're a
it
super fan.
even if you're a super fan, then like, do you have every copy of Last of Us physically? No. Ooh.
Yes. Look at that face.
Look at that
Jason, you can't see that face, but he
Yeah.
is like
Yeah. Yeah. Never mind. But I
Oh
mean,
no, that's not true. I didn't not for PS4. I didn't get it for PS4.
yeah, see?
I
So
waited. I At
Horizon.
that point I had a PS5, so I waited for the PS5s. Yeah,
Horizon, you have the first one, the second one,
I bought them both. Yeah,
yeah, you have the remake, you have the DLCs. I mean,
yeah,
again, major titles. These are like make or break
mhm.
titles for systems because they're the flagships, you know.
agreed. Yeah,
So I mean, I'm not gonna see like major like minor games have physical. I don't
Mhm.
expect it to. That's fine. That's a digital download. That's all by me. But if Final Fantasy the third part, if it's digital only, there will be riots.
Fuck.
Think
Yeah.
about that. Like there will be
Yes,
riots
there is.
because how are you going to make such a massive game? Yes, it'll be easier it'll be easier to download digitally. It'll spread to everybody instant, so you have it at 1201, blah blah blah. But the fact that it is a massive major game, especially the third one.
100%.
Yes.
Everybody wants that physical. It
Yeah,
doesn't matter. Like it's they'll pitch in for it, and that's the whole point of this whole like digital thing that's going
And
on.
that is one that I went and bought the digital version of Rebirth, went online and got some of the special edition stuff.
I mean, look, let's take a look at
you
Intermission.
know?
As Intermission was completely downloadable, is
Hmm.
completely digital. There's no physical copy of it. Did it have a good output? Yeah, it did. But did everybody get it? Not really.
No.
Because yes, it's a full game DLC, as they like to call it, and the full game DLC, but it's completely digital. It wasn't
Mhm.
physical at all, and we have nothing tangible. I
I
wasn't able to play it until after I like fully got it, and like I couldn't share it with Jerry. And like, oh
Mm.
hey, check this out. Like, oh, you need
I
to play
mean,
this.
I'm actually thinking about going and picking up the physical drive for my PS5 to
Nice.
start getting some stuff digitally. Because
Yeah,
eventually I'm going to want to get probably a second system for, my place so my kids can, play PS5 without having to hijack mine,
yep,
you know? And at that
and
route, you're going to just need the discs
yeah.
to share back and forth.
You cannot, it's going to be too much of a
And
struggle in order for it to be like, oh, let me download it,
so,
let me download it, or you have to
mhm.
put your account on two separate ones, and then that
And then
locks you.
one has to be permanently attached to the internet.
Right.
Like,
Well, no,
always
I
has
mean
to be logged in.
it locks you out
Yep.
from you guys can't play at the same time.
No,
That
you can't actually do that. So the way
oh, really?
PS5 works is you just have to tag one system as the primary,
Mm,
and then they can log in with their profile. They still share all the access to everything on the system. Your second system, which may be my prime, like the one I play on all the time, that secondary system has to be always check in for the digital rights, the DMRs
oh,
or
no.
DRMs rather.
Yeah, I
Um,
don't know if you can do it at the same time, like play
You
the same.
can. We used to do it, but then it just became such a hassle because if your internet goes out, well, guess what? Your secondary PS5 can't work. You can't play any of the games because it can't check in
Nope.
to verify that you're actual owner. So, for those that are going to be listening to the show this weekend or, watching it, on YouTube when we post it, I want to hear your thoughts on it. And you guys can even weigh in on the fact that I uttered those words
Say it
that
again, baby. Say it again, baby.
physical is necessary.
Oh, somebody clip that.
Love it.
Oh,
Love it.
oh,
And I have to say it because of the experience of my kiddo. He was sitting there literally playing Pokemon Sword, and all of a sudden it's like, "Hey, Dad,
nope.
I need you to send me Pokemon Sword again because I don't have access to it anymore. It sent it back to you already." And if they had physical, they wouldn't have needed to worry about it.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
So,
So
um,
eventually, I think there is no matter what, there's still going to be a need. It matters, I guess it's just to the point of like it's going to be a niche need or it's going to be specific.
Like
But
I said,
mhm.
it's just going to be the major
yeah,
titles. Major titles only will get physical.
right.
You're starting to see it slowly now. I mean, like
And
how
yeah.
many games have you seen like go on to just to the digital market versus like, oh, hey, it's going to be in the stores.
And I
Yes.
think the whole border going back to the Borderlands bundle, I think is just the next step and another stepping stone of seeing
Oh yeah.
going full digital and not like
Well, going
yeah,
the route you want to go.
right,
Like,
Hmm.
granted, I don't think it should be was it 150.
150, yeah.
You
This is
kind
a
of need
different
a
thing,
yeah,
but
prices.
in
But
regards to it not including a game, I understand why.
yeah, I mean, again,
I understand the direction.
I want to see it at 125 instead.
Hmm.
125 is the sweet spot, honestly.
Yeah,
Um,
129, maybe 130.
yeah, 129.99,
I mean, that's
One
enough.
nine one nineteen ninety nine.
That's enough where I
119.
would be okay with like okay the statue, the lithographs, all the other stuff.
Yeah,
Maybe some digital content that would have been nice, and then yeah, I would have been good with that price. But
yeah.
dang man, 149, like that's yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, you will again, and then you will buy the game if you're getting
Yeah,
that
that you are
collector
gonna
stuff.
buy the
You're gonna buy
game,
the game on what system, on what platform, whatever
Yeah.
which is that might be the way to go. because
but
then
that's still going to be between 70 to 80 bucks.
you can also send out more of those collector's editions because you don't have to worry about adding the game
The
at the
game. Yeah.
time, you know,
Yeah.
and then that's one less copy of the game that's going to be like not sold, you know.
Yeah. So
Sure, that's fine.
I did, before we go tonight, I do want to share I do have a collector's corner item.
Well, too bad I don't have my
Oh,
stuff.
okay.
I don't have my stuff, so you know.
Oh, it came in. Nice.
Nintendo
This
Game
is
OG
the
game.
Nintendo GameCube
That's the one I was
controller
for the Switch
that
too.
only works with the Switch 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
Um, I went ahead and snagged it now because I wanted to get it before they ran out and didn't have restocks forever on it. Like we can finally start getting the N64 controller, but for ages you couldn't get it.
hmm.
Mhm.
So
No,
now it
I
now
have.
it matches up with the fact that I've got a couple
Yeah.
of these.
Cool.
It's joining the controller collection. Um, because yes, I will be getting a Switch 2, right? It's already been stated. I'm gonna get one eventually. So I figured, you know what? No harm with getting this bad boy now
Yeah.
and ensuring I have it. Because you better believe I'm gonna want to play Wind Waker
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
on that. I'm gonna want to play the other games on that when it
Man.
comes out. So,
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
um, but furthermore, from a what I've been playing perspective,
Yeah.
um, we were talking about Xbox. Um, I've been playing Forza 5 or Forza Horizons 5 on
Oh,
my
you
PS5. I
racing.
bought it.
Very cool.
I am playing it. Um, they did an amazing job getting that to run on the PS5. It looks so good. It loads really well. And the other thing that I like is it hooks into my Xbox gamer tag account.
Oh,
So all of my friends on there, their drivatars are showing up in Forza.
Hmm.
oh, no.
So like over there, I follow Phil Spencer and Major Nelson, and also friends of the show, Danny Pena, Khalif Adams. Like, so I'm racing against their drivatars in
That's sweet.
Forza. So you know what? Really, really well done. Kudos to their teams. I now that I've played this, it makes me more excited for those fans of Gears of War once that comes out because of how well they did Forza. Give me fucking Halo already, please.
Yeah.
Give me Halo,
Yeah,
you
okay.
know. But yeah, I've been playing that and it's disappointing that Theo's not here because I picked back up a game that he and I own on multiple platforms.
Oh.
And that is Hugh,
I was about to say,
Oh.
yeah.
our little fun indie that Theo and I have. We will praise to high heaven, and for anybody, on a Switch, on PlayStation, go get Hugh.
Hmm.
It's a fantastic indie. Um,
I was looking at.
I'm going for the platinum on the PlayStation.
Oh, very cool.
I've already beaten it. I think like 80% on the Switch. I beat it on the Vita. So now I'm going for it on the PS5. So I just unlocked the last of the colors so I can go start backtracking and going looking for all the beakers to do that with. So there's that, and then of course, we've been playing some Destiny. So just to kind of let everybody know, we've made the collective decision. We are going to start streaming our sessions because the shit talking is back that everyone used to love when we used to sit there and stream like Call of Duty and all that as a group. So that is going to start happening because man, it has been a blast with a lot of laughs as we, just get back to playing Destiny 2. Um, so it's definitely something that the fans would absolutely understand. And look at that.
Oh
The
boy.
rupees.
Hey,
The boys just rated us. We miss you
Hey.
guys.
hey, Justin, you get that ticket to Evo yet? You get that ticket to Evo, Justin? You know I'm calling you out right
Let's
now.
go, boys.
You know I'm calling you out right now, Justin. You get that ticket to Evo? Like, you still got a month
So,
left, bro. Still got a month left.
Hopefully you're going.
we need to get the rupees. We need to do a collab session.
It's been a while,
Um,
yeah, man. It's been a while since we've had them all on.
Darren,
We got to get them.
we got to get hooked up.
Yeah,
We
man.
got to get the rupees back on. We miss you guys. I know Darren is a dad now. He's got a little bit hands full. Hopefully the
Oh,
baby's doing well, but we need the rupees back on. So
yeah.
let's do some talking
Thank you guys
here.
for joining.
Yeah.
For everyone that kind of jumped in, we were on tonight's show. We're coming to an end. So normally we're recording an hour later tonight than we normally do because my kiddo's last baseball game was tonight. We'll be back to our normal session time next uh next week. We'll talk about programming here in a second. But Jerry, Jason, one of y'all, what have you guys been playing?
We've been playing.
Uh, well, I've been trying to teach Jerry Magic lately.
Yeah.
And
So we both
so that's
done
been
magic.
kind of helping out a little bit. Playing wise, Bellagio still just I mean, it's easy to
That
pick
is
up.
your game.
No,
Yeah.
but it's so easy to just pick up, play for like 20 minutes and then like roll out, you know.
Hmm.
Because otherwise I got work. I gotta go to sleep and go to work, man.
Gotcha.
Got that work
Gotcha.
life, And then here and there I'll watch a TV show in between, but yeah, just quick 30, then boom. Then
Nice.
and then also yeah, I've also been hounding Justin to make sure that he gets his ticket to Evo. He's got a place to stay. He's got a place to stay. He just needs to get to Evo and get his trip. But he'd be
Is
ducking
Evo
me.
still in Vegas?
Still in
Yeah.
Vegas. It's in August, so he's still got time. He's still got a month and a half, almost 2 months, Justin. So just throwing it out there, Justin. You need to get your ticket to Evo. See, and every like I feel like they probably finished up. That's why the rupees, because
Yep.
like normally I'd be going right after we finish. Just hit them up right away. Hey,
Nice.
you going to Evo? You going to Evo? I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him.
Let's see. What have I been playing? Dark Ages. I've slowly been playing that. That's been kind of my go-to after like long sessions of like like good single player like Spider-Man or Last of Us. Um, Obviously I've been playing some Magic. I've been learning a bit more. And Destiny. That's
Hmm.
Oh, and I started a new run of Mario Odyssey. That's been kind of my game
Ooh.
that I've been taking to work at my lunch. I've
Yeah.
been playing that, so that's been fun to replay, actually. I think because of the Donkey Kong Bonanza Direct,
Hmm.
it reminds me so much of Odyssey. It kind of got me as like, you know what,
Well, it
I think
takes
I'm gonna
place
take this to work and start
it
playing.
timeline wise, it takes place before Mario Odyssey because
Oh,
the little kid in Donkey Kong Bonanza, that is Pauline.
that's Pauline. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right.
So, anyways, so
Yeah.
yeah, so for our listeners, the next 5 weeks, we're gonna try and keep as much of a schedule. The week after 4th of July, we will be off that week. And then the last week of July, we will be recording on an earlier date for that week, because that's when I'm going to be heading back east, um,
Yep.
and whatnot for my move. But, for all those, hung out after the Rupees show is over with, thank you
Rupees,
for
thank you.
hanging out. Rupees, we love you. We need you back on.
Yeah,
Darren, I
seriously.
text you. We need you back on. We'll figure out timing wise. Um, but if you like what you heard, drop us a follow here on Twitch, but also head over to crashinggamenight.com. Um, follow us on the platform of your choice there. We Speaking of the rupees, we do have a contributors and guest page on our website where you can go look up our guests. The rupees have their
Directly to
own
their page.
guest
Yeah.
profile on the website, and you can go watch their episodes that they've been on in the past. But right now, things are super crazy in the world right now. So please just everybody be excellent to each other.
That's right, everybody. Once again, we want to send out that same message. As Matt said, it is crazy out there. A lot of people have their own opinions, and a lot of people are protesting for good reasons. And it's just it gets dangerous out there. So everybody, just please be smart. Let's all just try and help everybody out and listen. Let's try and be open, and let's just try to do and be better out there. And overall, just be safe and watch out for one another and lend a hand whenever you can. Um, but overall, just please be safe. It gets like Matt said, it's crazy out there. It can get even crazier. It can tip off, you know, quickly. So sorry. Yeah, be safe. Thank you, everyone.
He said tip.
So ridiculous. To J Rock, directly next to me.
Oh my God.
Look at that.
God.
I got
This guy.
HD.
Oh
Look at the look.
God,
I get to see the
please.
beard and the mane in HD.
Yeah, too bad. Too bad. It's all like in the black background.
It
It's all
really
good.
is.
Yeah.
It's all good. Anyways, guys, like they were saying, yeah, please be safe out there, be smart out there. It is what it is. It's the beginning of summer too, as
Mhm.
well. Kids
Mhm.
are now officially, regardless of where you are, out of school. So please take care of them. Make sure they're okay. Stay hydrated. Everywhere inside, like you may go outside for a little bit. Make sure you stay hydrated
Mhm.
because that summer, man,
Carry that water bottle.
that heat, don't want you to get a heat exhaustion, don't want you passing out all that craziness.
Mhm.
So, just enjoy your summer, enjoy the start of it, because there's still 2 months of it to go. So don't burn out right away. You got plenty of games to play, you got plenty of comics to read, you got plenty of shows to watch.
Yep.
Don't worry,
Mhm.
relax. It's the start of summer. You take your time, relax. Too bad I don't have my boy Theo. Oh man, I don't know.
Do it for yourself.
No.
Take.
I think no.
Let me
I think
set you up. Let me
no,
set you up, and
no,
you do it.
no, no. I gotta set it up, but it's
Okay.
just always like it's gonna be funny because I'm gonna toss it to Jerry right now.
Oh shit.
Jerry is right
No,
here.
no, because I'm
Jerry's
gonna make
right
it my
here.
own. I'm
Jerry's
making my
right
own.
here. So my man, Theo Walski, I miss you, buddy. But Jerry, in the same room as me, send it out like Theo does. Send it out like Theo does.
I'm already nervous. I can't do it. I'm doing it my own. No.
Send it out like Theo does.
All right, everyone.
Okay, hold on. On this end,
He's
because
just
how Jason's sitting, he's looking like the Cheshire Cat right now, with like the rest of the body disappearing every once in
all
a
right,
while,
everyone.
just staring at
Thank
you.
you for watching. Thank you for listening. That'll be all.
God damn
I
it.
forgot.
God
You
damn
just
it.
make me nervous. That'll be it. That's all
Jason,
for
do you mind?
now.
I'm just gonna do this.
No, you're
Theo,
not gonna do it. I did it. I did it. End it. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna keep going.
then
That's
go.
right. I'm gonna keep
Finish it.
snapping. You're not gonna do it. End the show. We've got it.
TTFN. Ta ta
Got
for
it.
now.
That's
No,
all for
no,
now.
no,
Thank you
that,
all.
no.
Boom.
What do I do?
Yeah.
Good night, everybody.